Do you want to overwhelm your opponent with characters to keep them on the fence of whether to quest or challenge, while you sit comfortably ahead with lots of lore? Then Amber Inked is exactly what you see. Welcome, fellow rebels. Today we are going to take a look at the utility of the Amber cards in Disney's Lorcana. Now we're going to start off with the text that Disney put on their Lorcana website that speaks directly about the Amber Ink. Amber glimmers are purposeful, patient and dedicated. They're able to pursue causes and ambitions with single-minded persistence. They often work within communities, either from above as a leader, or from within as a healer, bodyguard, or just a loyal follower. Now, of course, there are many different cards in the Amber Ink that do very unique things. But when it comes to support, which is at the heart of Amber, we broke it down into three specific topics. So we're going to start with cards that support other cards directly. First up here, we have the King of Olympus Hades. Now, this is the hollow card that you'll get in the gift set, and the big card, which you can see right there. He's a Floodborn character, which means he's able to shift. And the thing that we're talking about specifically is Sinister Plot. This character gets you +1 lore for each other villain character you have in play. So if you have Hades in play here, and let's get 2 other villains out here to join the party. 2 more classic villains here. We have Sorceress Maleficent and Forceful Duelist Captain Hook. Now, yes, in an actual game, you couldn't have these 3 exact cards out because they're 3 different ink colors, but for the purpose of example, for the rest of the video you'll see, it's just for proving our point, you could say. So, Maleficent here, villain. Captain Hook here, villain. So, with this Hades card, if I were to quest with him, since I have 2 additional villains in play, he gets +2 for a total of 3 lore. So you can gain 3 lore. So for decks that you have him in it, and you want to really make the most of that ability, if you are able to get him out, you want to make sure you have a good amount of villains in play. So other villains support this Hades. Another example of that is going to be Moana of Motunui. Now, I always want to say Motunui when I see this, for all my fellow Bionicle nerds out there. That's just like hard ingrained into my brain. But I believe I said that correctly. Her ability is We Can Fix It. Now, whenever this character quests, you may ready your other princess characters. They can't quest for the rest of the turn. Now, you may be asking, oh, if you can't quest with them again, what's the point of readying them? Well, how that is useful for other princess cards, let's see here, we have Briar Rose Aurora and Letting Down Her Hair Rapunzel. Now, if these 2 princess characters were in play, and you quested with them, you'd get 3 lore, but without Moana, they're open to attack. They could get challenged and banished from the game. With Moana here, though, if you quest with her, you can ready again, keeping them safe from other challenges. Now, it is also another strategy you could use if you wanted to challenge other characters with them, you could do that. But if you're looking to just keep them safe, Moana's very good at doing both of those. So the next thing that we're going to talk about are cards that support general play and drawing. Now, here we have Rockstar Stitch. Now, Lilo and Stitch is, if not my favorite Disney movie, definitely in the top 5, so I just really love these Stitch cards. He's a Floodborn that allows him to shift 4. Very useful if you have the 1-cost Stitch that's in the Amber deck, because you can have a bunch of those, they only cost 1, and you can just shift him on at turn 4. Now, his ability, Adoring Fans, is whenever you play a character with cost 2 or less, you may exert them to draw a card. Now, you're going to see in any high-level play games, or just, people who are slightly competitive, a lot of this card. Because essentially what it lets you do is when you have this card played, let's say that we get a Megara here. She's cost 2. That means that if I were to play Megara, I can bring her in exerted, and then draw a new card. And for as much ink as you have to play, you can keep doing this. So if you have, let's say, 5 ink, and you got like 3 1s and a 2, you could play all of those cards and draw 4 cards. So this card really helps with drawing more cards, which is quite useful in Lorcana. We're going to keep them off the side here because we're going to use them a little bit for our next example of cards supporting general play and drawing is the Lantern here. Now with the Lantern, this is the paper lantern from Tangled. It's an item card, and the ability Birthday Lights is when you exert this card, you pay 1 less ink for the next character that you play this turn. Essentially what that means is, if I got, you know, let's say the Stitch out here, and I have my Lantern and I use that, I can just play this mini for free without using any ink to play her, exert her, draw a card, and then play the Megara using 2 of my ink, play her, draw a card. So you'll see these two, the Rockstar Stitch and the Lantern, comboed a bunch, but even without the Rockstar Stitch, the Lantern's good for getting characters out there cheaper than they are actually cost. And for the final point that we are going to talk about here, it is cards that benefit from being supported. So, and also cards that, you know, do the supporting themselves. So let's say we got our Lilo making a wish here. She's a really good card in the Amber deck because she only costs 1 ink to play, but you can score 2 lore off of her. The problem here is she only has 1 willpower, which means she'll get killed pretty easily by essentially any character that challenges her. So anybody who, you know, is looking to keep you from scoring a lot of lore would just challenge her as soon as you use her. That is why in the Amber deck, you have cards that are bodyguards, such as the Protective Cup Simba. Now this Protective Cup Simba, since he'll only cost 2, is one that you'll see a lot of as well, and since he has the bodyguard ability, when you exert him, essentially this Lilo can't be challenged until he's taken care of. And that can be quite useful. And another way that you can support this here is with our final card here, Healing Glow. So let's say that, you know, someone attacks your Simba and does 2 damage to him. You know, 1 more hit and he's gone, and then your Lilo's exposed. So if you play the Healing Glow card here, which is from Tangled, you can remove 2 damage from your Simba there. And he's back to full willpower, meaning that your Lilo will stay safer a little bit longer. Now, that is it when it comes to Amber cards in the 3 general topics that we have when it comes to support. And that's everything you will need to know about the Amber ink in Lorcana. If you're looking for more videos on Lorcana, check out the playlist or video here. Until next time, have fun and game on.